This episode of the AZTransfer training video library focuses on demonstrating the proper way to perform the membership database verification. You will notice that in order to do this, I have opened up two screens and I've put them side by side for the ATF chat lines. You will notice that there is an entire heading that is entitled Preseason Annual Tasks. These are 4 very important tasks that if we perform prior to the start of a season, the entire season will go significantly smoother. These tasks should be performed between the time that season ends, which is roughly March or the beginning of April, and when the new season starts, which is sometime the beginning of August. We are, for the purposes of this episode of the training video library, going to look at the membership database verification, which is due July 15th. I am currently signed in as a facilitator for Yavapai College. So the information that we pull up for purposes, for example purposes, will be that related to Yavapai College. The first step in the verification membership database is to review your institution's contact list as shown in the membership database by running the institutional contacts report. When you click on that link, it sends you to here. And we will choose Yavapai College for the purposes of this because that's what my login credentials will allow us to do. A report is pulled that lists every single person in the database that is associated with Yavapai College for every ATF group that we have. There's 3 columns. You will notice that the name of the ATF with the names of those that are linked to it, the type of affiliation they have, and their email address. The email address is very important because this email address is how all of the members of these ATFs correspond with each other. This email address is the one that's linked to the listserv. As the season gets going and things get busier and busier and busier, members of each ATF will send out organizational emails or any communications of any kind that go out via the listserv. If an email address is incorrect, they will not receive those communications. We do receive a bounced email notification, and then the AZTransfer office will reach out to the facilitators at the institution that is host to the bounced email and reach out to them and ask them to clean up the email address or to find out if if the person is no longer active, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the season just goes significantly smoother if we verify that all email addresses are correct from the get-go. We also want to focus on the type of affiliation that the people listed under each ATF enjoy. Remember from a previous training video that in order to be affiliated as a lead member, a member, or an alternate member, the person has to be faculty. If the person is not faculty, then the options available to them are liaison and listserv only. So for example, we recognize that Nancy Bowers is faculty for the Allied Health and Health-Related Professions. She is the lead member. We would verify that this is her proper email address. If nothing has changed, it likely is the proper email address. And we also recognize that Patty Schlossberg and Angela Poland, who are facilitators for Yavapai College, are properly listed as listserv only. That means that they will receive all communications that are sent out over the listserv channel for Allied Health, but their name will not populate in the RSVP. As we move further down, for purposes of this demonstration, I did embed myself in Yavapai College's membership database report. You'll see my name listed here as the lead member of biology. Clearly that is incorrect. And same with business. So I listed myself as liaison for business. I listed myself as a member for chemistry. And I listed myself as listserv only for computer science and computer information systems. So these are 4 records that we need to update and clean up. That's when we move over here to this other screen, because it's just so much simpler to do this when it's side by side. We will look up the update AZTransfer contacts. We will type in my last name. If it is a name that is very common, you might also want to choose the school. This is my test profile. We're going to edit these affiliations. For purposes of this training video, let's say that I am not going to be the lead member. I'm actually going to stay with the biology ATF as a liaison. We can change it this way by choosing edit. Business, perhaps I'm no longer going to be on the business ATF at all, so we will delete that. Chemistry, I clearly am not a member, and so I will list myself as listserv only. Because I'm clearly not faculty. And then computer science and computer information systems, it might be that Yavapai College or my institution might not have any dedicated faculty for this ATF. And so for this particular ATF, I'll be listed as liaison because I need my name to populate within the RSVP. I will be attending the meeting. Even though I'm not faculty, I will be representing Yavapai College's interests at the computer science and computer information systems ATF meeting. So we save these changes. We come back over, I'm going to close this out. And we come back over to this report. We will run this institutional contact report again and verify that the changes that we have created have been made. You'll notice my name is now liaison to biology. I am no longer in the business ATF. I am now liaison for computer information systems. And in chemistry, I am listserv only. So these changes stuck. If we come back over here, we can now check this off the list. We verified that all of the faculty are still employed at the institution. We verified that there is a lead member associated with each active discipline. We have verified that the designations of each of the affiliations are correct. The faculty are indeed listed as lead member, member, or alternate, and that non-faculty members are indeed listed as liaison or listserv. Now we have number 3 here. If faculty are no longer at your institution, then they need to be marked as inactive. So I'll come back over here to this profile, assuming that I now no longer am working for Yavapai College, and I'll mark myself as no. A pop-up comes that says, if we do this, everything will get archived. We'll say okay, and we will save these changes. Now you'll notice that there are no more groups. If I click show hide groups, I'm no longer in any ATFs because the system has automatically booted me from all of those affiliations because I am no longer active. So we are going to check that we did this, and we're going to run another institutional contact report. You can see it's grinding here. And you will notice that my name is no longer in any of these. I'm no longer in biology. My name no longer appears in chemistry. My name no longer appears in computer science. My name no longer appears in any of the ATFs that I was originally linked with. And so the final step is, if new faculty have been hired, then you might need to create a new profile for them. So we are going to go back into the chat lines. Back in the chat lines, we are now going to check to see if a faculty member might already have a profile in the database by looking at the update AZTransfer contacts. If we cannot find them in the database, then we will need to create a profile for them, that is, add a new AZTransfer contact. There are training videos on both of these functionalities within the chat lines. I encourage you, for further information, to check those training videos to see if you need more direction than is given here. The final step then is to check this box that says that we have verified the new faculty are where they belong within the database, that they're connected to the proper chat lines, that their email addresses are correct, and that they will be receiving proper communication, that their name will be populated within the RSVP because their link to each of the ATF disciplines is correct. And as a final step, we verify membership information here. This has been a demonstration of the proper way to verify the membership database for your particular institution. This has been another edition of the AZTransfer Training Video Library. If you need further information on this particular episode, please feel free to reach out to me at CIEN, that's spelled CIEN, at aztransfer.com.